While we're waiting, Nari, so tell me, has there been anything that you're doing right now that you just want to know a little bit more about? Again, typically on Sundays, I would give like the newbies a good rundown of some things that they need to know fresh out the gate with Forex is concerned. But again, I know you're doing your own thing. You're learning on your own time. So there may be some things that you've already understood that, we haven't gone over in class today yet. But I just want to know, like, what's the number one thing that you started to do and you're like, you know what? I need a little bit more understanding about this because I think I got it, but I don't think I really got it. Was there anything?
No, not yet. I was basically going over your videos, learning how to. I'm like at the very beginning, so I was going over the videos, learning how to do the trades on my mobile device. So I was changing the colors of the candles and stuff like that. So I'm still at the very beginning, just trying to figure out my way through the app. Because I see when you're doing it on the phone, but I'm like, I need to learn. I need to make sure I know how to do it myself. So that's what I've been doing.
Got you. Okay, give me a second because seeing my. Give me a second. I'm gonna say something to you in a moment, but
you talking to me?
Okay, good. I can hear you now.
Oh, okay.
So before it wasn't coming through clear to my speaker. I mean, I heard you talking, but it just I don't know what was going on with the computer. But again, what was the very last part you touched on? Because I heard you, but I didn't hear you clear.
I think the last piece I was telling you that I was just basically trying to go through on the mobile app on my phone, trying to play with like the different settings and stuff like that.
Got you. And again, the market's about to open, so you're gonna get a chance to like really mess with it and see how it how it does when it actually like gives you what you need to see, and like it'll process as you like hitting buy or sell or open close, etc. So you'll see that.
Okay.
Nikki can't open it. Did you get an error message or like what was it? Oh, you said you can open it, but you can't hear. My bad. Chris, what up? Did you get a chance to hear the track yet, Chris?
Hey, Bain.
Yes.
So last week, I thought I was the shit, but I was so proud of myself because when you called out, I think it was gold, that it was the, oh God, of course I ain't gonna know the terminology for it, but it was the channel. I think that's what it was.
Okay.
And you posted your chart, bro. I had the same shit on my chart. I started typing on my resignation, but I said, you know what? These kids and these parents gonna get on my nerves one day. I'm gonna go ahead and send it because I'm learning and I know what I'm doing now. But no, it really did feel so good to actually, like, when my chart started looking like your charts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I saw the same thing. So it just boosted my confidence, like, for real.
Nice. And I feel like you were a part of the one of the sessions that we had where I touched on that, and I told everybody, like, when you know that you're getting good is like when you start comparing yourself to people that you feel know Forex or you know for a fact they're doing really good in Forex, and you start comparing your chart and your thought process to theirs, and you see that it's matching up. It starts to make you feel like, oh man, it's about to be over with, just like you said, write that resignation letter and everything. So that's wonderful, and I love when people get to that stage, that level, because that tells me, like, one, you guys are doing what you got to do, right? You're doing your homework, you're doing your research, you're practicing, you're showing up, and all of those things, because that just doesn't come to anybody, is what I'm getting at, right? You know what I mean? It comes to those people who are like putting in the work, and now they can see, before they saw my markup and they saw their markup and they was like, holy shit, this looks completely different. And now you're looking at your markup and you're like, oh, okay, I got the same thing he got, and that's a big deal. So I'm with you on that. Congrats to you, for getting to that next level, because it's just the little tattletale signs that success is on your way. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time. So big up to you.
It feels good that it didn't look foreign anymore, because sometimes as you're going through, you're like, oh, I see this, I see that, and I'm like, all I see is I see bars. That's all I see.
Right.
But no, the more you look at it, the more you show up, like, for real, it just really felt good. So I wanted to say thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel like just in the past couple months, I've grown so much, and it's built my confidence to where when I am sitting down on the weekends or, looking over the charts, like, I genuinely feel like I kind of know what I'm doing.
That's right. You feel good, and you feel that superpower is coming, right? I tell people all the time, I joke about, Miss Cleo and all that, but it's real. Like, you just start looking at it, and you start to expect certain things because you've just seen it so much. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what real life thing to compare it to right now, but it's like, come on, you know what I mean? Everybody knows what's the process like when you go through the drive-through. You know what I'm saying? You pull up, you make your order, you go to the window, you pay for it, you get your food, you dip, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you do that every day, you kind of just automatically know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So somebody who's first time like going through a drive-through ever, right? You be like, all right, this is how it's gonna go, right? You're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, this gonna happen next, and that's gonna happen next. And as they go through the drive-through, they be like, damn, that's exactly what happened. How did you know? Because you went through the drive-through a million times. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Like, with Forex, it's just you're going through this process of seeing the system, or the systematic way that price moves, right? It does an up, down, and sideways thing, but in the grand scheme of all of that, it does it at a certain time and at a certain way based off of certain things. And it's just, once you catch on to that, it's a wrap. Every now, when you, like you said, when you look at the charts, hold on, let me let everybody in. But now when you look at the charts, it's just like, man, y'all gonna make it this easy for me? Like, y'all ain't gonna give me no type of challenge. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing else harder to this that I need to, understand. And when you find out it's not, you ain't gonna complain. You're just gonna be like, all right, rubbing hands together, because you're about to make some money. So big time. I'm glad you're at that level and that stage. Guys, if you're just coming in, go ahead and answer that poll for me. And if you guys haven't heard the track It is posted in the chat. So take a listen when you get a chance, and guys, let me know what you think. I would love the feedback. Dun, 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 dun. All right, guys, let's get rocking and rolling. Again, welcome y'all and Kimani. So today, guys, we're going to do a little exercise. And let me go and get something random here. Let's see. All right. So you know what? No, I won't do it that way. Let's actually do Forex. All right, D. So you're in the hot seat today. But it's going to be everybody.
Man, teacher, again, last
Yep.
week I was in a hot seat.
This is baptism. All right, on Sunday. But give me your favorite pair. What's your favorite pair?
I've been looking at what is it, GBP USD?
Okay, pound dollar. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and pull that up. Now, I don't know what's up with my charts, but I think it's just because I be on so many computers with it that sometimes it just doesn't carry over. But I basically had this chart marked up, and you know it should have carried over, but it didn't. Nonetheless, we're on the monthly time frame. I need you to tell me how things are going to go with the pound dollar. Give me your whole, process of looking for a trade. Say, hey, Bain, mark this up with that trend line. Do this, do that. This is what I'm thinking. Boom, bam, boom. And at the end of it all, I need you to tell me: are you looking for the pound dollar to go up or down? So meaning you're going to be looking for buys or sell for the week coming up. So again, guys, this is for everyone, right? We're going through this process. So because a lot of you guys in here, you're not newbies, right? You guys have been in the mix. You should at least understand some of the basics, right? To at least put the pieces together. So with going through these kind of exercises, you guys are now piecing together the logic, right? And you're piecing it together from everyone collectively, right? How they think, what they see, because sometimes you may not see that, or sometimes you do see it, but you didn't see it that way, right? So it brings a nice, well-rounded perspective to how traders are looking at a particular pair that you may be happening to look at the same time, right? And how they're going about it. So, with that being said, D, let's rock and roll.
Oh, okay. So
This is the weekly. I'm sorry, the monthly.
You at the monthly? Okay.
Mhm.
So looking at the monthly, I'm trying to pull mine up too so I can see.
Okay.
It appears to be in a downward trend.
Okay. Give me your reason.
Well, if you notice that each time we're making, okay, hold on, let me make sure I'm saying it right.
Okay.
We're getting lower lows and higher lows. Am I saying it right?
Lower lows and lower highs. So you said higher lows, but you meant lower high.
Lower highs. Okay. So just at a glance. However,
show them where you see your lower low and your lower high. Where do you see it? Here's my mouse in the upper right hand corner. So if I go left, I'm going this way. If I go right, I'm going that way. So let me know.
Okay. So just now you want me to try to explain? Okay. So when you're looking at where your mouse is and you go left,
right here,
you'll notice notice that is, I guess, a high.
That's correct. That's correct.
And so if you notice that the next couple of candles, each time they're going downward in a downward motion. So where we have a low, keep going all the way down here. And then we notice that it goes back up, but it hasn't reached quite as high as the previous high that we had.
Correct. And
does that make sense?
That makes absolute perfect sense. And I hope you guys caught on to that as she's going through this. This is again critical times right now, guys. I know normally, I'm doing the spill and I'm taking you guys through price action, market structure, support and resistance, trend lines, et cetera, right? But this is different, right? In the sense that it's all of those things that we normally learn about put together, right? With the psychology behind entering a trade. Okay. And with this part, this is the part that helps you guys speed up the process, right? Where you're not just learning like the basics forever, trying to perfect them. You know what I'm saying? This is the situation where now you've gotten just the basics of what you need, but you're starting to put the pieces together, right? To where you can easily be able to say to yourself, okay, these things are what I see, these are what happened, and here's my opportunities, right? From there, you make the trade, and majority of the time it works out. Even when you lose it, you'll see that's a lesson in itself that we'll save for another day. But right now, D, you're going perfect with it, so please continue.
Okay, so what I would do is I would look at, because I'm looking at my high, my most recent high. That's what I call it, my most recent high.
Okay,
which,
and where? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Where those two candles are about the same. You go to the left, the highest that it went. How about that? Right up in there. I would look up in there, and I noticed that if we go left, price hit that before months ago.
Okay.
So I noticed like that's a level of a high. So I would mark it just because I noticed that price likes to, at least in the past, go there.
Got you.
And then.
So you want me to do a zone or a line?
Highs and my lows. I would do a line because we're not close to there. So just a line to say, hey,
I like
and then
there. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I would do the bottom. I always mark my low that it went. Mm-hmm.
So you want it here or you want it at the wick?
Let me see how far it is and what price is. A lot of times what I use to determine whether I want to do a line or at the wick or the body, sometimes I look at how far it was from the actual price. And then I don't know why, that's just what I do.
No, hey, listen, go ahead.
But I would actually go to the bottom of the wick.
Okay. And that's where you put your line?
That's where I would put my line. Because we're on such a large time frame, as we get smaller is when I try to stop doing lines and making my zones. But I've noticed on this one, right where price is about now, that's a good zone because at one point it was support. If you look left.
Oh man, oh man. I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna put it like this. Hold on, let me do it like that. Something like
Now sometimes I would put a little box there because if you notice it, if you go left a little more, like if you notice each time,
right.
it likes that area.
Yeah.
So I would kind of box that area in because it wicked down there and then it rejected, it did it again, it rejected, and then the third time it went through, creating that low. But now we're back here, so we want to see if it's going to actually break through or is it going to reject and go down.
There you go. Listen, guys, I'm telling y'all, she just dropped some gems on you guys right now. Okay. Being able to see that this is a zone, not because she's just looking at this particular area where price is, because I'm gonna tell you right now, these 4 candles or these 3 candles, even with this wick that's lining up, guys, that is a level right there. It's just we're on the monthly time frame, so we don't see it as clear. So I can really just kind of push this up a little bit because it's more like that. All right, that's what it's really like. But she saw this not from where price was, but from looking left and seeing that price came down to that same area, went up, and also she saw it in the past. It got pretty close within that zone, right? It broke a little bit below it, like a nice false break, and then it went right back up. So just being able to look left, guys, when you're trying to mark your support and resistance levels or zones is huge, okay? Because again, it's a stronger thing, right? Well, joking in real life, all the moms who are like single moms, they're like, hey, I'm doing it by myself, right? I'm mommy and daddy, right? And a lot of times, yeah, you got to admit, they taking out the trash and they cooking and cleaning and doing whatever else, right? So you got to commend the fact that they're playing both roles. It's unfortunate, but they doing what they got to do. And the same for some single dads, right? You got some single dads out here, they're being mommy and daddy, right? They having tea time and getting, their nails painted and all that other good stuff, right? So they're kind of playing both roles. But I'm saying that to say is when you have your support and resistance zones marked up, and you can see that at one point they were playing both roles, then that is a significant level, guys. And price most likely, right, very, very highly, is going to react at those levels. So that's where your trading opportunities lie. So every time people are asking, Payne, when do I know when to get into a trade? How do I know when to get into a trade? These are the answers, right? Being able to identify the right support and resistance after price gets to those support or resistance zones, right? You're waiting, right? You're waiting to see how it reacts because you've already determined what the trend is. And again, Dia said the trend is down because price was making lower highs and lower lows, right? So because of, well, here's low and the highs right here. But because of that, she's already determined, hey, I'm most likely wanting to be looking for plays to the downside, right? She wants to be looking for sells. But again, guys, all of this it encompasses itself, right? So at some point in time, once you put the pieces together, you see the puzzle. And after you see the puzzle, you can't unsee the puzzle, right? You know what I'm saying? You can break all those pieces apart again. And then by the time they say, okay, now you got to put it back together, you're going to be like, okay, watch this. Boom, 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 boom. You're going to put them together so quick because you done did the pieces. You done seen the picture. You know what it is, right? So that's what I'm getting at. Sorry to talk your head off, but D, let's go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, so that's about it. I would go down to the next time frame.
All right, so we're going over to the weekly. And kaboom, this is what we got.
All right, so now with the weekly, we're looking, and so I'm still kind of confirming that we're going down from what you can kind of see in the charts.
Okay.
That's the first thing I look for because sometimes it don't look that way once you go to a lower time frame.
That's right. Let me touch on that. I hate to keep interrupting you, but I got to give it to him. So what she's doing right now, guys, is called multiple time frame confluence. So on the higher time frame, which was the monthly, she saw price was in a overall downtrend. Now she's moved down to a lower time frame, the weekly, and she's trying to confirm whether or not she still sees price in a downtrend. She said sometimes she does that and she notices it's not in a downtrend still. Now it's showing her that it's possibly in a uptrend. So therefore, we don't have confluence, meaning both time frames are not lining up in the same direction. We have both time frames telling us something different. The monthly saying that price is down, the weekly saying that price is up. So if you have that confliction, which side do you go with? Do you understand what I'm saying? This is where when you start to learn these things, you start to become a better trader because what you're doing in essence is waiting for everything to line up with the higher time frame. So people, I'm telling you, they ask me all the time, what I see this on this time frame is going down, but I see this on this time frame is telling me it's going up. Should I buy or should I sell? What should I do? And I tell them all the time, you want to align yourself with the higher time frame. So if you saw the higher time frame was down, but you're saying the lower time frame is up, you simply wait until the lower time frame shows you that it's going down. It's simple. Okay, guys? I don't, sorry, go ahead if you want to say something. But it's simple, guys. That's she's giving it to you, right? It's not me all the time. Like my members on point, right? They know what to do. So go ahead, keep going.
Okay, so I now usually check to make sure that the zones that I mark up look right. Sometimes I, fix them a little bit. But if looking at this, it looks like the zone that we marked up, it still kind of matches what I was saying on the larger time frame. Price is actually going up to this line, and it rejects it. Then it went back up, and then now it's wicking through it. So sometimes I'll clean it up just a little bit.
Okay. So how do you want to clean it, or what do you want to do?
No, it's okay though, because even though we through, it still didn't break through.
Right.
And go. So I would keep it like that. we see our low. My highs, of course, are entirely too high, but I'm not worried about that because price is nowhere near that. So
There you
then
go.
from there, I would just go down to the next time frame because everything still matches up.
All right, we're going down to the daily. All right, here we go.
All right, so from the daily, so this is where when I started noticing that, okay, we were in a downward trend, but it looks like it's an upward trend. But now I've learned that, of course, it's the pullback on the downward trend on the larger frame time frame. Does that make sense?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. And I'm telling you again, I'm sorry, I got to point that out. Gems, guys, right there, right? Everybody gets confused when they start to, once they start getting into the multiple time frame confluence type of what do you call it? Damn it, what's the word? Psychology, if you will, right? Once they concept is that's what I was looking for. Concept. When they start trying to understand the multiple time frame confluence concept, they always get confused as they go down to the lower time frame because now price is showing them a different structure, right? So what Dee just mentioned to everyone is that what she's realized is that that uptrend structure is just the pullback to the overall downtrend. And again, I'm telling you guys, if you get that, you are going to start killing it, okay? Because you're not going to go and buy when you know that price is in a overall downtrend. So if you see price going up and it's made some sort of uptrend, you're going to understand, hey, this is the pullback to the downtrend. So I'm just going to wait until that pullback is over with. And then I see more bears that line up with the overall downtrend to get into a sell. All right. So again, that was huge what she said. And I need you guys to pay attention to that. Take your notes, write it down, do what you got to do, review the recording. But absolute gems. D, keep going.
Okay, so now if you look at where it went down, and of course, yeah, right up in there. If you look at that small, I don't know what you call that candle, but if you look at that small candle right there, and if your chart don't do like mine, but when I hover mine does like a T over it with my
like the crosshair,
my pointer. Yeah, so I like that because I kind of try to line it up with, it allows me to look left and see if price actually kind of came down to that area, touched it.
Ooh.
And so when I'm
go ahead.
when I'm looking, I noticed that price came close to it when it went down to the left. So I would do like right up in there. You see it go through it all the way over there, and then when you go right, if you draw like a zone, you'll see a wick there. And so I would draw like a little zone there because right now price is kind of going up and down in between that zone.
There you go.
When it gets there, it rejects and it goes back up. So my new support and resistance on the smaller time frame.
There you go. I'm loving it. Keep going.
All right. And so from there, I mean, that depends on what we're doing and what we're talking about because we're on a daily now, right?
Yep, that's absolutely right. So just so you know, your evaluation has already came from a swing trader's perspective, meaning you started on the monthly to get your trend, you went down to the weekly to confirm your trend, and now here you are on the daily, and this is typically where you want to pull the trigger. So
exactly. I would wait though because right now it's in that area of where it typically rejects, even though because looking at that last candle, looking at the body of that last candle, it hasn't nothing that's broke above our zone. So I would wait and see what it's going to do. Because even though it's right there, it could still come back down. Or if some bulls decided to show up, it could break through. So I wouldn't do anything right now if I was going to swing trade. I would just continue to watch it. Now that I've marked up my zones to see what it's going to do.
Perfect. Everybody, please give Dee a round of applause. All right, virtual or unmute, whatever you got to do. Give her a round of applause. This is textbook to the T, how you guys need to be evaluating a pair for a potential trading opportunity. Guys, this is so wonderful. All right. I'm going to drop on a few more added things to what you mentioned now that you've gotten to, your decision on what you're going to do with the trade. Again, guys, a trade that you don't take is just as good as not taking a L, right? You understand what I'm saying? Excuse me. No money lost. And of course, you live to fight another day, or more importantly, you live to see the trade do what you want it to, and then you get in. All right. So just right now, I want to let her know that in this uptrend move right here, right, we end up making this double top. All right. So this is really resistance, where as it is right now. So I'll just mark it as order block, but it's really resistance, right? And we've gotten this double top where we made these equal highs. So it's a tattletale because again, we're coming up from an uptrend. We make a high, we do a little pullback, and we come right back to that same high. And now we got a bearish engulfing candle. This is a huge sign that the pound dollar is potentially going to fall. Well, guess what? Our trend is down. So that's exactly what we want to see. But let me show you why it was so awesome that she said, you know what, I'm going to wait. Because number one, all right, even though we have a double bottom, we did not break the neckline. Okay, we didn't break the neckline. So that, I'm sorry, not double bottom, double top. Because we have that double top, we did not break the neckline yet. So it is unconfirmed. Okay, it's unconfirmed. That's number one. Number two, we have a trend line, ladies and gentlemen, right? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So guess what? Because we have this trend line and this support, right? This support level, right here off this double top, we're at a confluence area. This is basically where horizontal support meets diagonal support. So chances are that it will reject right in this area, and then we'll get the bulls to show up and continue to rise. Okay. Now, of course, once that happens, then that's where you have to go ahead and change your bias and then look for a potential buying opportunity, because from that higher time frame, even though the trend was down, we can see that the structure is already changing, going to a uptrend on the lower time frame. So we already know we saw a high. Like, let me just go back to the monthly really quick. we see, hey, this is our high up here. So by the time we get a break above and we get a nice pullback and retest, we're just waiting for more bulls to show up, and then we'll take that buy all the way up to this high. And guys, this is like ridiculous both ways if it drops or falls. But let me just measure it out. Here is 1,693 pips, and to the downside, it's probably about the same. But hold on. 1,900. All right. So guys, either way the cookie crumbles on the GU, it's money to be made. All right. But let's go back to the daily. And again, I want to point out that this is a perfect reason why you do not want to just sell it right now. Okay, what we would like to see is a candle like this. One that breaks the neckline, one that breaks the trend line, and one that it has a nice bearish body to it like this one. So once we see that, now we're like, okay, we had a nice break of structure or change of structure. I'm sorry, change of structure to the downside. And this lines up with the overall trend because we know, like Dee pointed out, is that that big, huge up move that it made was a pullback, right? Let's go back to the monthly. It was the pullback to that overall downtrend. So we're just lining ourselves up perfectly on some easy peasy lemon squeezy stuff, right? So by the time we get that bearish candle that falls from resistance, breaking the trend line, breaking the little mini support area, completing or confirming our double top pattern, we're going to sell it right down to this zone, and we'll make, let's see how much, right? Almost 400 pips, guys. I've seen it. All right, I've seen it in a day, in a week. I've seen it. So highly possible, especially with everything going on with the dollar, right? But let's go back to that daily. All right, and there you have it. But I absolutely love how she broke it down. All right. So Dee, you get 5 stars on that one. All right.
Thank you.
Definitely welcome. All right. Let's see. Martez, you are up, bro. What's going to be? What's your favorite pair? Which one are you looking at this week? Actually, yeah, give me which one you're looking at this week or favorite pair.
My favorite pair, I'm looking at two actually, Nas and then the Euro JPY.
Okay. So then I want to give you a different one, Euro NZD. All right. So those
Okay.
you had an eye on, and then I got you on that one. All right. You had an eye on those, so you kind of got a good gist of it. All right. But here on the Euro NZD, I can already tell you this is going to be a hard one. But again, let's see how you view this. So let me know. Here we are on the New Zealand, Euro New Zealand, and we're on the monthly time frame. What you got?
Okay. All right. So I see some irrelevant level of resistance, almost just above where you set your alert.
Okay. So tell me. So right here.
Yeah, in that area. Yeah. So I would draw like a block or a rectangle from. Yeah. So that's good, and then I would like kind of expand it down to where you have your alert line at.
Okay,
Maybe
I got
a little
you.
further down than that.
All right. So I'm gonna put the block.
Okay. And then I would put so that's the resistance, and then I would put the support. Go down to the left, go to the left a little bit.
Here?
More.
Here?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I would say like around there. I would put my support. And I would kind of make it the width of that last yeah. So that gap right there. Yeah.
Like this candle right here? You want to make it that width?
All right, so that's just the general zone I would mark up on the monthly, then I would go down to the daily.
All right, hold on, let me give you a little. All right, so now, oh no, we're on the monthly. So you want to hop right to the daily? What's that? Can you hear me? Okay, I hear your mic going, but I can't hear you. Guys, can you guys hear him?
Can you hear me?
Okay, you're back.
Okay, sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah, so I'll go down to the daily.
All right, so skipping the weekly.
Oh, that was a weekly. That was a month. I meant the weekly.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Okay. All right, so also support. So all right, so no, you can go back more relevant to like where the most bounce off my support. So those wicks right there. So right there, from there, I see a high, then a higher low, higher low. So I would draw a trend line.
So you want to say you're going to draw what now?
A trend line from the low
from here,
through to current price.
Like this, or you want me to find?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah,
okay.
That's good. So now looking at it on the weekly, touching support. So I will still leave the resistance like that.
So I forgot one critical thing. I forgot one critical thing. I'll go back to it really quick, and you let me know what you think it is. What's the trend?
Oh, so right now the trend is up.
Got you. Okay. So then back to the weekly.
Okay, hold on, because it's like a little hard to hear. Hold on.
Yeah, no worries.
I don't know how to change.
Yeah, so the trend is up so far. So, and then, okay, now I did that trend line, go to the daily.
All right.
Okay, so I guess like right here, so right here, I would tighten it up, and I actually kind of see a rising channel. I don't know if that's correct.
I see it. No, that is correct. It's a rising channel. I'll pop it on. Okay, there you go.
Right. Okay. Cool. So that
Okay,
helps.
I'm sorry. Can you? I don't want to answer. I'm so sorry, Martez. What tool did you use to do that?
This is called parallel channel. So you find it over here on the second one. This one right here, parallel channel.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No worries. All right, Martez, go ahead.
So, okay. So yeah, see the channel. All right, and then let's go down to the 4-hour.
Okay. So now, guys, I want to point this out really quick because some of you guys may peek what's going on, and some of you guys may not. Right. So he's already looked at the monthly. He found the trend. He looked at the weekly. He confirmed the trend. He's on the daily, and the daily is typically where you would pull the trigger. All right, from a swing trader's perspective. Right. But now what he's saying to himself is like, look, I got a tough decision right here. I see some things, but I want to see more details of it before I make the decision to take the trade or not take the trade on the daily time frame. What he's doing is he's going to the lower time frame to try to get more details so it can help him make a decision. Gems, guys. All right, please write this stuff down. All right, but here we are, 4 hour. All right, it's your world. It's on you, bro.
My bad. I'm talking. I was on mute.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's okay. So I could really see like I can see what's really going on when it hits the resistance level. I see that it's touching in itself, but I don't. Right now, it looks like it's coming back up for a retest. I'm expecting it to come back down at least back to the bottom trend line of the channel.
Okay.
But I would want to see. I would want to see like more bears show up go past the alerts, and I would probably sell it for that. The overall trend is a buy. So really, what I would do, from like a longer time frame, is wait until it breaks the channel.
For what? For what?
So, well, for either one really. So like if it breaks through the channel like on the upside, because it's still touching it right now, that's where its price is still like coming back up to. So and the trend is up right now. So if it breaks above the top trend line of the channel, I would go for a buy. But if it comes back down below, it's not technically a neckline because it's not a head and shoulders, but that previous low swing, if it breaks below that, I would expect to sell down to the trend line.
Got you. So now everything that you've mentioned and your analyst, perfect. All right. So again, another round of applause for Martez as well, guys. Please give it to him. Guys, both of these examples that you've been given from these two people are golden. Okay, absolutely golden, guys. One thing that I want to point out is Martez. This pair, right? You know, I hit you with the curveball for the simple fact that if you happen to mark up a pair that looks really good, you have now gotten yourself a new pair to look at this week, right? You know what I'm saying? You probably never look at the Euro NZD, but here it is. You got a great opportunity to sell it, right? If certain things play out, which obviously you're waiting on, okay? But here's some added tips that I want to give you to this whole analyst that you've done, all right? Number one, right, is that we're at the top of the channel, okay? And when you're trading any kind of channel, let me show you guys this, all right? So going back to the daily, right? Look how he spotted that channel, okay? Now watch this about the channel, because again, this is just critical stuff, guys. Right? These are little things that just really level you up. Okay. So right here, I want to point out that when price was at resistance, it fell. Okay. When price was at support, it rose. All right. It really went up here. All right. Price was at support again, it rose all the way up here. So now, where's price? At resistance, the same place it was previously. And what did it do? It dropped significantly. So again, we're expecting another drop significantly. You already pointed this out, right? So I want to touch on the fact that you understood this, right? But my thing, okay, and experience, right, is that sometimes, bro, what I would do, especially when prices like this, like when I get the bear candle and then I get the bullish engulfing candle, I'm absolutely buying it with my stop loss right behind the candle of the support, of the trend line on this channel. That's how I would play that. So here, again, I would also take my chances with a sell with it without like confirmation. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because again, that's what you're waiting on right now, which is the right thing to do. So please don't let me stray you guys away with what I'm how things are supposed to go. But what I'm saying to you is that over time, you will learn to start taking your chances on certain plays, even though you did not get confirmation. Okay, so here again, the only reason why I would not sell it right now, even though it's at this resistance area of this channel, is because this candle right here, I know that this is a bear candle, and then I know that this one is a bull candle. So I got this bear candle, but then I got a bullish engulfing. I'm like, oh hell no, right? You know what I'm saying? What would make me sell is if I got a bull candle up here, and then I got a bearish engulfing candle coming down. Then I would have completely blindly sold it down to this resistance area. And I'm telling you, bro, every time I've done that, it's always going down. Even if it just went down to here and not all the way down to the support area, it's always going down before it's going up, right? So just one of those things. So like when you're coming down to the lower time frame, go ahead. Somebody want to say something?
No, that was me. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, cool. And what I'm saying here is that on to kind of help with me taking it without confirmation is that this is a doji candle. This is a indecision candle. I'll try to zoom in on it. Okay, this is a doji candle right here, right? And right there, we also got that little level that sits right here. So, bro, listen to me, okay? If I get any kind of, I mean, I'm still in the same boat, right? Where I know that it's going up. Like I said, I know that whole bear candle was this, and then I know that whole bullish engulfing candle was this. So I'm not going to sell when I see a bullish engulfing candle, right? You know what I mean? That's just not what I'm going to do. But instead of waiting for price to get all the way down here to break this low before I get into a sell, all I really want to see is a good more bear candles coming from this little resistance area, and I'm absolutely going to take it, bro. So my position would look like this, like about right there, right? As I want the candles to come down just a little bit, and this is this is Euro New Zealand, so it moves. So just that small move up here, 63 pips, but that's that's still pretty good, all right? And look, I got a 1 to 2 coming right down to the first low, and again, you see how huge this channel is on the higher time frame. So if it's going to play out, especially as channels do, where it bounces from resistance, goes all the way to support, bounces from support, goes all the way to resistance. If it does what the textbook says that it's supposed to do, you're going to get way more than what is this, 164 pips, right? You're going to get way more than that. But this is how I would end up playing it, and then I'll come down, right? So you just stopped on the 4 hour, but watch now. I'm gonna go to the 2 hour, okay, and look at what I see. Hold on, let me get it right. All right, so I come down to the 2 hour, and I can see we had this big bull candle, and now the next body candle is smaller, and the next one is smaller, and all of these are just completely respecting this zone, bro. So I'm like, okay, that looks pretty good, right? So now I'm gonna go to the 1 hour. I'm gonna just keep going down because I want to keep getting more details of the candles. Okay, so now I see that this little piece right here looks like it's open higher, and it could possibly be pushing higher, right? That's just what I see. But now I'm still going to keep going down until I get all the way to the minute time frame, bro. Again, this is just how the multiple time frame confluence works. Once you've gathered your bias, once you know the direction of the trade direction you want to go in when you get into a trade, but you don't quite have the confirmation and things that you need to see yet in order to take the trade, going down or continuously going down to the lower time frame helps you make that decision earlier. Okay, so market is open right now and things are doing this thing. So with this falling, this tells me the dollar is falling, or at least should be falling. But I don't think the DXY is moving just yet, or at least for us to see it. But nonetheless, the market is open. So here, again, I keep going down, go to the 30-minute. Boom, look, just a bunch of candles. You guys know what time it is with consolidation. Even more so, you should know that this means this area that we marked as a resistance for that double top is a valid zone, right? Because price isn't just breaking through it, right? Telltale signs, guys, the charts will always show you its hand. You guys just got to know how to read and be patient and wait for it to give you what you need to see before you get into the trade. Now going down to the 15-minute time frame, and look, I'm not seeing anything where there's any bear showing up. So this is just not looking promising for me to sell it just yet. All right, now 15-minute, 5-minute, okay, nothing, right? And even gapped up now. I can see the little gap up here. I know we got a lot going on. Let me erase all of this, right? But, I see it gapped up a little bit right now. Okay, and normally if it gaps up, guys, it's going to, it comes back to fill that gap. So which direction is that? It's down, all right? So that's just a little sign, okay, for things to come, all right? But then going all the way down to the 1-minute time frame, and look at that. I get to really see what that gap looks like. So, guys, by the time price gets down to fill this gap, if it comes down and I get any candle, if I get any candle that opens and closes below this zone, right here, below this low, if I get any candle like that, I'm taking a sell. I'm taking a sell, bro. My stop loss again will probably be above the zone right here, even though I could get away with it right here, right? Because now that zone is still here, this low is still here, and price is broken below that. So again, you guys should know every time price breaks, does a break, it's going to do a pullback at some point in time. We don't know when it's going to be, right? But just know that the pullback is expected to pull back to the same area that it broke. So even if it pulls back and does this and drops, that's good. Even if it pulls back and goes a little bit above and comes down, that's still good. Why? Because I have my stop above the high or above the zone. Yes, it's cool. It's cool. And those two things are the things that I've done time and time again to know that my chances are high with me doing that, right? And this is what gives you the confidence. This is why D is feeling like she's leveling up, because she's starting to mark up things to where she can actually see, you know what, every time I do this, I see how this plays out. Or I see at least how it plays out when Bain puts it up there, right? All of those things, guys, builds that confidence time and time again, to the point where, again, you guys are just going to feel psychic. You're going to have the superpower, and you're going to be telling people, hey, watch this, right? Hold my beer, watch this, right? Boom, 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 boom. and you did what you had to do, right? But that's just a little added information I wanted to put on that, Martez, because you already have the right state of mind for your technical analyst. All right, I don't disagree with anything that you said whatsoever. I just wanted to add that so you know, because you probably know, but so that you know, even if you're waiting for it on a higher time frame, you could potentially catch it early on the lower time frame. Do you understand what I'm saying? Of course, if you see it on the higher time frame, it's golden, right? Because by that time, it would have definitely broken all this low, and it would have came all the way down, and it would have been doing this little dance, right? So from the higher time frame, you know that it's a go. But from the lower time frame, it's like you're getting at the very, very start of that thing that you saw on the higher time frame when it actually gets there. But that's that's just all I wanted to point out. Did that make any sense whatsoever?
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, real smooth. I don't know. I mean, I usually do that sometimes, but I'm not really that good at it. Like trying to catch it early. I remember I was telling you about that. Like I'll be thinking I'm early, then I'm super late, or vice versa. But definitely want to keep putting it into practice and like the way that you break it down. I know I'm gonna get it eventually. But I know for sure, just like you said, the higher time frames is a more concrete or more like a stronger confluence to whatever you're gonna do with the trade.
Right. Absolutely, bro. So yeah, definitely put that in your arsenal, because like you said, once you try it a few times, you're absolutely gonna get it, and it's probably gonna be in no time at that. But with that in your toolbox, bro, that's where you start to really have those very, very tight stop losses, right? You know what I'm saying? Because we wait for the 4 hour, right, to show us the bears, right, or the daily, rather, either one. We're dealing with at least a 60 to 70, possibly 100 pip stop loss, right? You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you won't win the trade, but you're having to risk way more than you would if you caught it from the minute time frame. The minute time frame, you'll probably get away with half that amount that you would on a higher time frame, for sure. You definitely get away with more than half. So you got 70 pip stop loss on a 4 hour time frame. If you're able to take it off the minute time frame, you probably got you a 30 to 40 pip stop loss, right? So again, your risk in regards to the trade is so much lower, right? So in the double benefit to that is, even if you lose the trade, you lost less pips. And then guess what? You know what time it is almost every time it happens, right? I'm sure a lot of you have already gone through it, where it hits your stop loss, but then it goes in your direction, right? You know what I'm saying? So even though it hit it, doesn't mean that you're not going to get that opportunity, because it did a slow dance, it did a stop hunt, it did whatever manipulation it wants to do, and then now it's moving in your direction. If you had your alert set, you're golden. You're like, okay, you guys got me on the first time. I see y'all was slick, but too bad I caught the train on the second go round, right? And I made the 40 pips back that I lost, plus another 80. So thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, y'all can really kill it if y'all just put the pieces together, all right? But again, big ups to you, bro. You got it, on the money, right? You and D, y'all really killing it right now. All right,
Appreciate it.
no worries. All right, Kimani, you up, man? I know you're brand new, but how you feeling? Do you think you got this, or what? Let me know.
Okay. Well, after Sunday, so so basically, we're home on Sundays and Tuesdays and Thursdays, but
Got you.
But he's probably a little bit busy, maybe having dinner or something. But
Chris, talk up a little bit for me, or turn your volume up a little bit.
Okay.
And I know I'm outside, so I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I'm saying that that he's probably having dinner, or something like that.
Okay, I'm with you. That's cool. Do you want to take up the mantle for him?
Sure.
All right, so give me a pair.
All right. Actually, you know what? Let's look at the pound odd.
Did you say pound odd?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Now, again, guys, I just want y'all to know, right, with what D has given you, what Martez has given you guys, this is a everyday thing. This process is a everyday thing, guys. It is just nothing but analyzing all the way to the T, just to see if the trade is ready, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like, guys, really, really pay attention to this, because this is where you're ultimately going to know that you're doing good in Forex, right? I know everybody has that gray area where they don't really know, am I doing good? Am I understanding, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When you're able to get to the level that D and Martez has gotten to, where you're able to break down price action from the highest time frame on down to the lowest, but keeping intact what the overall trend is, and making sure that you line yourself up with the overall trend, that's where everything changes, guys. Your confidence becomes super high, right? Your patience becomes super high. Your profit becomes super high, right? And your trades, the ones that you take, they become super quality. You understand what I'm saying? You just don't take anything because you feel like trading, or because you're chasing the money and you're just trying to make as much as humanly possible in a short period of time, right? That's where, again, if you're chasing it, right, what did they say? It's running away from you. You understand what I'm saying? We're waiting for everything to come to us, guys. So please, keep that in mind, but pay close attention to the gems that were dropped today, because they are huge, guys. Absolutely huge. All right, Chris, it's on you, man. So pound odd, we on the monthly. What you got?
Okay. I don't know if this is just me, but usually I just jump straight to the daily.
Okay, well, no, that's okay. So this, again, guys, I love these sessions, right? So because you're on, I'm gonna have to disappear, guys. Is it too noisy?
Nah.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, that's
all right,
fine.
Cool. So we've been doing, Martez and D, they've been analyzing as swing traders for the most part, because we were looking at those higher time frames. But guys, a day trader, right, their standpoint is where they start off from the daily time frame. All right. So Chris, there's nothing wrong with that. All right. I just want to let you know that once you start on that kind of time frame, you're looking to make the trade within you're looking for the trade to play out within a day. Okay. Now, of course, you can let it stay open for way longer than that, but ultimately, your analyst should tell you that within the next 24 hours, price should have moved in the direction that you expect it to. Okay. So just want to throw that out there, but let's go. What you got?
All right. Actually, if you go back to the weekly for me. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try and hit my resistance points. Okay. All right. So right where your cursor is, if you go to the left, yeah, right there. Go up to it, yeah, right there. So I'll put my level of support there, since that's the lowest point. And basically, for my level of resistance, I would go up, up and left. Yeah. So right up there. Okay. All right. Yeah. Then now I would go. I guess we can go down to the daily. And yeah, you're right. I usually trade the pounds, and I usually get my results whether I win or lose within 24 to 48 hours. So yeah, you're definitely correct. All right. So basically, all right. So actually, let's there's another level of support. I can come up closer. So right there. So I would treat that as
like this, or do you want a zone?
I'd the zone.
Do you want me to place the zone all the way from back here, or do you just want it right here in this area?
Actually, from where like the change of basically like from when there's a trend change.
Okay, so from here, like there.
Yes. Yeah. You can see that's the order block right there. All right. All right. So actually I'm seeing right in the middle. There's yeah, right there. That's like a minor levels. So I would say that's a minor level of resistance.
Yep. But that was all resistance. I just want to point that out. So I'm gonna leave it green because now the candles are above it. So remember that whole little thing about support and resistance. If the candles are above your zone or your area, that area is support. And if the candles are below that zone or that area is resistance. So again, another point of where at one point price was acting as resistance. So it was mommy over here, okay, but then price broke above it, and now you see how it's respecting it as support, so it's acting as daddy, right? So this area is a key area, ladies and gentlemen, where you would see some form of price action, where price will most likely react to, okay, in regards to whatever direction you think it's going to go in. Just notice really quick how when price got up here to this resistance area, it did fall. Okay, I just want to point that out. Now, yes, the fall wasn't huge because we started an uptrend, and that was just a pullback to the uptrend. Okay, so I just want to point that out. But the reaction was there. Even after that, when price broke above it, where we have a break of structure because we broke this high, so now we went off to make a new high. But when we broke that structure, price also reacted to that same level when it got down to it. So again, this is why I tell you guys, when you see these areas where they've acted as both mommy and daddy at the same time, they're very, very key areas, and you guys need to pay attention to them, because once price gets there, you're definitely going to get some sort of reaction from those zones or those areas. Okay. So again, good job spotting this. All right, Chris. So here we are, where price is broken the high, it's created a new high, and now what are we doing from here? And again, you still did all of this on the daily, which is again very good. All right, but I just want to know where you headed from here.
Yeah. So basically, so obvious. All right. So up top is where
resistance is.
Yeah. So that's my resistance. So I would all right. So basically, we're not anywhere close there. But that looks to me like we just went through a pullback. That's what it like it just pulled back like at that level, and then went up further, and then going through a second pullback to go further.
So what should we do when price is in its pullback phase? So I just want you guys to understand that Chris has identified that price is in a pullback phase, and this is why knowing about market structure is so important, so that you can identify what phase market structure is currently in. So again, he's identified it's in a pullback, and my question is, if we see that price is in a pullback phase, what should we do?
Okay. Well, actually, I just realized that we're still on the daily. We can actually go down further.
Okay.
To the hour and see.
All right. There we go.
Okay. All right. So now we're at a okay. So it did pull back, touched the line, basically turned the line into a level of support.
That's correct.
Basically did another pullback on top of that.
Okay. So,
so it looks like that's a new level of resistance / like support that it's at right now.
Okay, where do you want me to put that? Show me. Like I'm right here in the middle where you want me to go to put that resistance.
Yeah. So basically, actually, the first line, actually, it's a zone that you drew because your first line right there kind of like touches a lot of points right there. So
Right, this one?
basically, no, your first yellow line. I'm sorry, your first alert line.
Oh, okay, this one right here, or this
Yes.
one below?
The one that's below.
He's over there, boo boo. He's over there. Hold on, Chris, give me a second. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second. All right, guys, I'm back. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. So basically, yes, I would draw a line with the second alert is your bottom alert. So,
Okay, so all right, let me get that. So I'll put it right there, just like that. Is that good?
yes.
All right.
And actually, yeah, and if you can just look up, let me see if the level of where resistance, like,
Okay, like here. Oh, you want to see where we put resistance before?
yeah,
There it is.
where
It's up there.
Yeah, yes. So basically, okay, all right. So it looks like we just broke support and we're retesting support right now. So basically, I would actually go a little bit closer, maybe in the 1 hour, because right now, I'm looking to see if it's, to see what, what price action looks like, to see if it's bulls or bears. That's I'm showing up.
Okay, so here we are on the 1 hour. What do you think?
Okay. Okay. I mean, looks like we're still in that zone. We haven't really, broken through fully, but I can see that there's a strong, there's a strong, like momentum candle.
Yep. Right there.
So it looks like it. So it looks like it might, so it looks like it might, bounce off. But I would probably, wait and see, like if more bulls show up or if it, passes. You see the level right there where those two candles, resist.
Right here. These two.
No, lower. No, lower.
These two.
Yes, down there. Yeah. Yes. So I can probably wait until it passes there before I, do like a buy.
Gotcha. So, all right. So are you finished? Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna buy? Are you gonna sell? Are you gonna wait? What's your angle? Where are you gonna go with it?
Basically, I'm gonna. I mean,
do you remember what the trend was?
We were in an uptrend basically.
Okay, good.
So we're uptrend pullback. So now it seems like we're in a pullback. So I'm just gonna wait right now to see if more bulls show up before going another uptrend.
Very nice. So let me do some pop. I'm going to pop quiz you. I got a few questions for you right now. So if price came back and touched this support line and it rejected it and showed you bulls, like a nice bull candle up, would you buy it? Yes or no?
Yeah, because that would be like a triple bottom, right? That would be like a
yeah. I see where you're going with that. It's probably the levels wouldn't be even, but yes, that would be 3 hits to the low. And for that matter, it will be creating a higher low just from where this sorry, I'm pointing at the screen like you can see just from where this low happens to be. If you get a rejection here and price goes up, that would create a mini higher low. All right, so then you could definitely look at that as a inverse head and shoulders with the slanted neckline, all kind of things, right? The triple bottom, like you mentioned, it could be all of those things, in some form or variation of it. So that is correct. But you say that you would buy, right?
Yes, that's bullish.
Okay, so let me ask you, if price doesn't get to this support area, okay, but it breaks this trend line, not a pullback, but just a break of this, not trend line, this resistance line. If it breaks that resistance line, would you buy it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, out of those two scenarios, which one do you feel gives you more confirmation that the trade will go in your direction?
Basically, a break of trend line because
okay.
It's closer, on to the next level, basically, and it's
nice.
More momentum in the upward direction.
That is absolutely correct, bro. And guys, I did this on purpose to try to illustrate to you guys how there's so many opportunities within a trade that you can visually identify, right? But even though you've seen some of the scenarios that could be, which one is the best one, right? Again, we get up in the club, we see Buddy or we see, the lady, right? We looking, but we're trying to we're trying to weave out, hey, nope, not this one, not that one, this one, right? We're always trying to pick the trade with the best quality, okay, with the best setup, with the best confirmations, because when you do that, you tend to see like, damn, you just keep winning. It's like you can't lose, right? You understand what I'm saying? And then plus, I want to point out, Chris, is that is what you said initially. All right, you said I would rather wait for price to break this level right here before going for a buy. So I'm loving how you ended up choosing that over purchasing it from down here, because even if you purchase it from here, yes, you will be getting in at a lower price, right? Which is good, but it's one of those scenarios where price isn't really confirmed and showing you what you really want to see, where that price will most likely go up, guys. Again, a game of zones, right? A game of probability, guys. These are the things that we evaluate to determine what probability is higher, right? Because if I told you guys, hey, call this number right now, and there's a 90% chance that you'll be the winning caller and you'll win $10,000. right? You guys would probably take that chance to go get on the phone and start calling right now. Versus me telling you, hey guys, call this number right now, and there's a 30% chance that you'll be the winning caller. Half of y'all won't even call. Because y'all like, man, that's 30%. And I'm good, I'm straight. I just keep my 9 to 5. Ain't no big deal. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? So when you're doing all this analyzing, right? We've done a lot of analyzing from higher time frames on down to lower time frames, plotting our zones, putting the logic together of market structure, right? And trying to align it with the trend. And knowing that sometimes, as a matter of fact, almost every example that we went through, the trade was not ready, guys. And that's usually how it always is. It's just, you see that it's close, but it's no cigar just yet. But once you guys see, okay, I got that candle I was looking for, I got that break that I was looking for, I got that retest, whatever the case may be. Once you get that thing that confirms it all and you take the trade, it's lights out, guys. I swear to God, sometimes y'all will see the profit come in so fast, you'll be thinking like, damn, was I even trading Forex before? Because it was never moving like this, right? It's crazy, guys. But again, Chris, big round of applause for Chris and his analysts as well, because he stuck to his guns at the end of the day, stating that, listen, I needed to break above here, and I'm confident that it'll go up. Guys, this is amazing, man. Y'all got the plays. They gave them to you. We got plays on GU, right? We're looking for the bears to show up, so we can take that on the way down. We're looking for pairs on the Euro New Zealand, right? Not pairs, but plays on the Euro New Zealand. What was it on the Euro New Zealand? Was it down also, Martez? I think it was. But we also got it on the pound odd, where we're looking to buy it. Guys, write those pairs down. All right, I'll pop them in the chat for y'all right now, and then we'll rock and roll. But y'all just don't understand. These Martez, Chris, and indeed, they just gave y'all money today. Okay, they just gave y'all money. So GU, sell. All right, Euro, New Zealand. I think this was also a sell. Again, I'll go back to the chart to confirm that with pound.
Yeah, we're looking at a sell for the EU.
Perfect. Yeah, it was the rising channel and everything like that. So pound odd is buy. And let me put above, what's that price? 85568. All right, Euro, New Zealand, rising, wedge, oh no, channel, bearish, reversal. All right, GU. Did GU have something special on it, or what was that? It was just in the retest phase.
Yeah, nothing special.
Oh, it did have like a double top. It had a double top on it too. And there you guys go, man. It's a wrap for the day. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all killed this thing. Y'all gave, thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all putting this money in my pocket. Okay, guys, it's gonna be watch when the week begins, guys. I'm gonna purposely be holding this recording for you guys. I mean, I got it regardless, but I'm gonna purposely repost it for you guys to let you guys review it so you can see exactly how the charts played out this week. And you guys are gonna be like, God damn, especially if you didn't take the trade, right? If something happens where you guys don't take any one of these trades, right? When Friday comes and you look at these 3 pairs and you see how it played out, y'all gonna be like, oh hell nah. That man pound odd went 400 pips. Euro New Zealand with 400 pips. Oh my God. Man, listen. This is why I don't care about losing anymore. This is why I don't care about losing, because I see that I was only thinking about losing. There's winning to this. Guys. There's 2 sides, right? And when you are so scared to take the trade because you feel like you're going to lose, you will never win. You will never win. And I'm sorry, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but not sorry, because again, those kind of things are what makes me take the trade regardless of what happens. I want to be in the spot where the opportunity lies, because I know that if it goes in my favor, I'm so happy that I put myself in position. Even if the trade is going to go against me, especially if it's going to go against me, I'm just like, okay, I don't care. I had an opportunity to make $1 million. Can you say the same thing? I don't know, but that's a wrap, man. I mean, y'all got questions, comments, concerns, anything?
No, it's crazy. Being, because we just started, like talking again, for a while. And trust me, like 6 weeks ago, like a month ago, I was just seeing lines, but now, now I've seen, like the channels and the patterns and and all that stuff, and I can, like call trades out for you guys too, not just, wait to see like, okay, Bain just posted a trade. So yeah, I mean, it feels good, man. So thank you.
Yes, absolutely, man. And I love that. I love hearing that, man. I love hearing the before and after, because everybody's going to have it, guys. You guys are really going to have the before and after if you show up, if you do the work, right? If you don't BS and right, make excuses, et cetera, right? We all can do it. But again, if you don't do it, right, things are going to be wonderful, guys. You guys are going to have testimony on testimony on testimony where, man, I remember I didn't even know how to pull this up. I didn't know how to mark that up. And now, I do it with my eyes closed, right? It becomes that kind of situation, which is a beautiful situation, guys. We got so much going on from a economical standpoint and things like that in the economy. And the dollar is losing value, and we got all these coins getting in the mix. We got wars in the mix. We got a lot of things going on, right? And everybody's looking for some kind of safe haven, right? You know what I'm saying? Well, guys, Forex been around, right? Bigger than the stock market, okay? Bigger than crypto market, right? I mean, crypto might be creeping, but regardless, it's bigger than all of them, right? And it's 24/7, guys, or 24/5 or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? But we got plenty of opportunity to harness the skill set and keep it for the rest of our life, right? God willing, we still breathing and kicking and living to old age, right? But as long as you got your brain, you know, and everything's intact, you got a way to make some money. You got your own personal ATM, guys, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you guys, man, once you guys start applying this thing, the funded challenges and anything else that you just want to kind of get in the mix with, it's gonna be a wrap, guys. You could change your life in a month, right? Maybe even less than that. It just depends on, you know, the work that you put in and how you go about this, right? You know what I'm saying? But guys, have your rules set, okay? Be, you know, stick to something, right? Be a man or woman of your word, right? Don't get in the trades if you know this didn't happen and that didn't happen, right? You said that's what you're going to do, but then when you got on the chart, that's not what you did. You took the trade anyway, knowing that you didn't have those one or two things that you needed to have or that you said you were going to wait for, right? Those things are what makes you, you know, shoot yourself in the foot, right? It's not that you don't know what you're doing. That's where the discipline comes in. Everybody talks about it. You guys know I post about it time in and time out, right? But it's the discipline. Are you guys going to stick to what you say you're going to do or not, right? If you stick to it, guess what? You will bear the fruits of your labor. If you don't stick to it, guess what? Your accounts are blown. You're pissed off. You're mad at Forex, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, try to keep it real with yourself, okay? Nobody's watching, right? And that's usually when people try and do their little whoop-de-whoop, right? But if you keep it solid, even when nobody's watching, it's going to be game over, people, all right? But this was a great session today, guys. Please review this, all right? For anybody who's having some psychological issues, bringing these concepts together, understanding what to look for to get into trades, et cetera, et cetera. They don't understand multiple time frame influence. They don't understand price action and market structure. They don't understand zones, et cetera, or at least when to enter a trade or how to look to, or how to know whether or not a trade is ready to get into. Guys, review this one because, man, D, Martez, Chris, salute, man. Y'all did y'all thing today, and I really appreciate it. So, guys, if there's nothing else, right, let's wrap it up. Enjoy the rest of our Sunday before, you know, we get into another hectic week, right? As far as, you know, work and all that is concerned. But, you know, with the markets, we're going to be looking to take advantage like we do each and every week. All right. So, again, guys, reach out to me if anything. But if nothing right now, I'll let you guys go. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I will have live trading probably Tuesday, but it might have to be Wednesday because I do have a lot of meetings on Tuesday. So we'll just see how it goes. And, you know, I'll keep you guys posted. All right. Meantime, in between time, I will see you guys. Love. Peace. Want to get money? Want to get paid? That's Forex. Like Sensei, then you know you got to come swing my way. And if you want to fast forward here, replay.